Okay, 5.4, we're talking about slope today, and slope is the slant or steepness of a line. You'd also think of like slope for like skiing and things, but we call slope M. That's the letter that we denote it. Whenever you see M, it most likely is referring to slope. And we measure it by the rise over run, or change in Y over the change in X. Now here is the breakdown of the equation kind of thing. We say slope, or M, equals the change in Y over change in X, which is Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1, or rise over run. Now we're going to start by just using this rise over run to find slope. Here we have like a house and we have a roof, and we want to know what the steepness is of this roof. We would find that by M, which equals slope, and we would say that that is the rise over run. The rise is how far you're going up, and the run is how far horizontally you're going. So in this case, the rise is 7. Here's my rise, which is 7, and my run, I'll change colors just to keep with so you can remember where things come from. The rise is going to be 7, M equals 7 over, the run is 30, and these are feet over feet, or just M equals 7 over 30 because the feet cancel out. So for this one, the slope would just be 7/30ths. Okay, let's do another problem here, or just talk about different types of slopes. But this is one way we can look at it. We can just read the graph and say that it's the rise over run. And there's 4 different types of slope that we can have. The first one is if we have our graph here, and if our slope is going up like this, this is what we call a positive slope. It gains altitude as we go from left to right, or it goes up left to right. So this is a positive slope. Another one is a negative slope, and it goes down left to right. We always read our graphs left to right. So once again, if we're reading it, we see it left to right, it goes up, that would be positive. It goes down, it would be negative. And then we have 2 other types. We have here, we call this a, what kind of line is this? This is a horizontal line. And the slope on this is equal to 0. And I'll prove that to you after a while. The slope on any kind of horizontal line is equal to 0. And then the last but not least is when we have a vertical line, and the slope on this is undefined. Oh, I have to write sideways there. M equals undefined. And I'll show that to you in just a minute too. Okay. So these are the 4 types of slopes. We have a positive slope, a negative slope, slope equals 0, and slope is undefined.